Management of GBV survivor data. Gender-based violence or GBV survivor data is very sensitive. GBV survivor data refers to personal or identifiable information about a survivor who is seeking support from a service provider. This data can include their sex, age, disability status, the type of GBV they have experienced, or the location of the incident. Survivor data can also include information about the support survivors receive as part of the GBV case management process. Let's examine how we can manage this type of data. Data collection is the process by which survivors' data are gathered or obtained. The primary purpose of data collection is to support the quality of service delivery. The immediate well-being of survivors comes first. Data collection is a secondary priority that plays a supporting role to service provision. Do's. Do always collect data only with the survivor's informed consent and in a way that limits identification. Do collect data only when reported directly by the survivor or their caregiver in the presence of the survivor if appropriate. Do collect data in line with best interest of the child for child survivors. Don'ts. Do not collect data for survivors for whom you will not be delivering any services. Do not adopt questionnaires with survivors. Remember, any type of survivor data should be collected in the framework of service provision. Data must be stored in ways that ensure the safety and confidentiality of survivors, both in paper and electronic form. Do's. Do ensure that a data evacuation plan is in place in case of emergency. To the extent possible, do file GBV documentation in a secure digital system and/or in a secure physical storage if digital systems are not available. Do not store survivor data in public places where others can have access to it or in homes. Data sharing occurs when survivor data are shared with an actor different from the one who collected the data. Survivor data should only be shared with the survivor's informed consent and for the purpose of referrals and service provision among service providers. Before agreeing, they should be first informed about all the available options for support, as well as potential risks they may face. The safety and security of the survivor should be taken into consideration when sharing data with a third party, as well as the modality used to share the data. Do adopt internal protocols to determine how individual and identifiable data will be shared within your organization and with other service providers for service provision. The level of shared data is determined by the need to know and do no harm principles. Make sure that service providers only receive information they need to provide services to the survivor. Do not share identifiable survivor data for reporting purposes. Do not let third parties consult survivors' information, even if they are colleagues or donors. Giving access to personal data of persons of concern to third parties, including donors and other colleagues, constitutes an unauthorized disclosure and a breach of personal data as per UNHCR's data protection policy. Do not report the number of GBV cases, as these can be easily misinterpreted. In situations where the numbers are low or where there are a few service providers, this may compromise confidentiality. Let's ensure that we respect the GBV guiding principles in the management of survivor data.